Hello YouTube, today I am in my greenhouse and I'm going to be starting my herb seeds. And the first thing you want to do before you plant any herbs or any vegetables is to do a little research. Usually on the back of the packet it'll tell you things like how long it takes to germinate and how early to start them. But if it doesn't, you'll need to look online and find out those details. So for example, the chamomile that I have here and lemon balm, these require light to germinate. So you don't want to do them the same way you do other seeds. So that's why I'll be planting these two together in the same cell packet. So I'll plant 2 chamomile and 2 lemon balm. And I'll do that for those two. And then lavender is another unique one. This one takes 18 to 28 days to germinate. Now that's a really long time. So I'm going to plant that one in its own individual cell. And that goes the same for rosemary. Now rosemary takes 14 to 21 days. So that'll go into a cell all by itself. And then this one here is, I've got oregano, cumin, and marjoram together. And I'm going to plant those in a 6-pack. So I'll plant 2 cells for each variety. And I really like these oversized cells. You can see the difference. Most companies use this small 6-pack, but I like these larger ones, and you can get those on Amazon. So I like to use those for most of my seeds. So I'll plant those in one of that. And then I've also got another grouping here. Now these ones take 7 to 15 days. And this is lemon mint, valerian, and lemongrass. So I'll be planting those in this 6-pack. And all the rest of these do not require any light. So we should be good there, and hopefully they'll start germinating around the same time, because as soon as they start germinating you're going to want to put them under the light. So what you'll need is a good organic seed starting mix, and this year I'm giving EB Stone a try. Last year I used Jiffy. So you'll want to get a container and fill it up with seed starting mix. Now it's going to be very dry, so you need to moisten it. So I just fill up a gallon container with water, pour some in, and then give it a stir. You don't want it to be soaking wet, but you just want it to be kind of damp. So I think that's pretty good. So we're going to start with the lavender here. I'm just going to fill up this cell. You don't want to pack it down too hard, but just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to take my gloves off so I can get to the seeds easier. So lavender seeds are pretty small. Most herb seeds are. So I'm just going to sprinkle several seeds, about 15 to 20 seeds on the top here. I'm not sure how well they germinate. This is the first time I've tried growing lavender from seed. And then once they get bigger, I'll divide them up into separate cells. Okay, and then I'll just put a little bit of soil, potting seed starting mix on the top. And then the last step is getting the label. So I've already made out some labels, and I like to put the variety and as what the date that it was planted. So I gotta look for lavender. Here it is. Just add that to the container. And then I'm going to put these inside the house on a heating mat that's set to 70 degrees. So that's one. And then we're just going to do the same thing with the rest of these. Okay, we got everything planted, so we're going to take these into the house and put them under the heating mat. Remember, the lemon balm and the chamomile require light to germinate, so we're going to put these under my lights here with my onions. And I like to use these little blocks to get them closer to the light. So we're just going to squeeze those right in there. That should be good. Let's go one higher. The closer to the light, the better. Okay, that's about a couple inches from the light. So we'll just leave those there, and they should germinate in 2 to 3 weeks. On the shelf below my lights, on the bottom shelf, is where I keep my seedlings that require darkness to germinate and some heat. So this is my seed heating mat, and I also have a thermostat connected to it, and I have it set to 70 degrees. So that'll be perfect for these seedlings. Now, this fits, one tray fits pretty much right directly above the heating mat. So we're going to put these centered here. So all of these will stay on the heat, and we'll put this plastic cover over the top, and that will keep the moisture inside. So we shouldn't have to water these at all. And you'll want to check these every day to check for germination. And as soon as you see some germinating, you'll want to move those up to the light. And I also cover these with the blanket. Oh, first, so if you're using a heat mat, you need to put this little probe in the soil, and that is what gauges the temperature. Okay, now put the blanket over the top. And just remember to check it. And that's all you need to do. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Thanks for watching.